Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video like up. This week on General Hospital, the truth bursts open like a dam that could no longer hold back the floodwaters. And now, the very woman once deemed a saint may be hiding the darkest sin of all. It all began quietly, a folded note left in the General Hospital break room. Daisy was never forgotten. Willow knows what she did. At first, it was dismissed as a prank, a cruel joke by someone with too much time. But then came the envelope. Sent directly to the PCPD. Inside, photos, documents, journal entries, a decade-old case file from a Pennsylvania group home, and in the center of it all, a young girl with haunting eyes. Daisy, a name Willow hadn't spoken in years. Detective Chase, Willow's former flame, was the first to connect the dots, but even he hesitated. Willow, his Willow. The same woman who cared for Nina through a coma, who risked her life during the measles outbreak, who watched over Wiley like a hawk. Could she be capable of this? But evidence doesn't lie. Or does it? It was a rainy Tuesday morning when everything changed. The sun refused to rise over Port Charles as two officers knocked on the Corinthos gate. Willow, dressed in her scrubs, preparing for another shift at GH, opened the door. She expected Carly. Instead, she got handcuffs. Willow Tait Corinthos, you are under arrest for felony child endangerment, aggravated abuse, and obstruction of justice in the disappearance and alleged mistreatment of a minor, Daisy Renner. You have the right to remain silent. Michael ran out just in time to see his wife being placed in the squad car. What the hell is going on? No one had an answer. Except Willow, and her face, pale, distant, but not surprised. Michael wasted no time. He stormed into the PCPD, demanding answers. Jordan Ashford, stoic as ever, laid it out. A file came to us anonymously, Michael. It paints a very different picture of your wife's past. Before she became Willow Tait, she was Collie Ann Renner. She lived in a religious compound called Harmony Hills. After that, she was placed in group foster care in Harrisburg. That's where Daisy vanished. And according to the file, Willow was her mentor and final known contact. Michael's knees nearly buckled. This is insane. Willow was a victim there. Maybe, Jordan said, but victims sometimes become perpetrators. Outside, the media frenzy began. Corinthos' family tarnished again. Sonny's daughter-in-law accused of heinous crimes. Paparazzi swarmed the PCPD parking lot, hungry for a glimpse of the angel-faced woman now dubbed the Silent Snake. Detective Chase had been preparing for a life with Brooklyn Quartermain. A proposal was in the works. But now, his past was being rewritten with every step of this case. Brooklyn, ever the firecracker, confronted him. You knew her. You loved her. Don't tell me you're not biased, Harrison. I didn't want to believe it, Chase admitted, his voice cracking, but I saw the file. Daisy kept a diary. She wrote about how Willow punished her for disobedience. Solitary confinement. No meals, emotional manipulation. And the worst part, she called Willow her only friend. That makes it so much worse. Lynn turned away, her heart aching. So what are you going to do? Chase stared at the interrogation room, where Willow sat alone, unreadable. I'm going to do my job. It didn't take long for whispers to swirl that someone had orchestrated this take, and one name came up more than once. Nina Reeves. Nina, still reeling from her messy fallout with Sonny and alienation from Wiley, had become a pariah in her own right. But she denied involvement. I've done many things I regret, she told Maxie, sipping a dry martini at the Metro Court. But I would never weaponize a child's trauma. Still, Maxie noticed the sparkle in Nina's eyes. Satisfaction, relief, or just closure. The town was divided. Some believed Willow had a hidden dark side. Others called it a frame-up. But as Carly pointed out to Drew, it doesn't matter what we believe. It matters what the jury sees. And right now, Willow's halo is slipping fast. In a plot twist worthy of a Greek tragedy, Willow's mother, Harmony Miller, returned. Or rather, her diary did. A mysterious box arrived at Alexis Davis's office at the Invader. Inside was Harmony's personal journal, marked, "Do not open." Naturally, Alexis did. And what she found chilled her to the bone. Harmony's entries described her fears about Willow. How after they fled the dawn of day cult, Willow then, Callie showed signs of deep emotional fracture, rage, dissociation, secrets she wouldn't share. And one entry stood out. Callie won't talk about Daisy. but I see it in her eyes. Guilt, or is it something worse? I pray I didn't pass my scenes down to her. In a special 2-week courtroom event, teased as General Hospital's most explosive trial ever. Willow faces the judge, jury, and the ghosts of her past. The courtroom was packed. Sunny, Carly, Michael, Sasha, and even Nina sat tensely. Diane Miller defended Willow fiercely. "Ladies and gentlemen of the jury," she said in her opening, "the prosecution wants you to see Willow as a monster, but the truth is, she was a victim, a survivor. A girl left to pick up the pieces after cult trauma, abuse, and abandonment. Daisy's disappearance is tragic, but you are not here to try a child's heartbreak. You're here to assess a woman's innocence." The prosecutor wasn't moved. Willow Tait changed her name, changed her story, buried the past. But Daisy Renner never got that chance. And now, justice demands her voice be heard. Just when it seemed the walls were closing in, a bombshell witness appeared, an adult Daisy, alive and furious in a shocking twist during week 2 of the trial. Daisy took the stand, unannounced, uninvited, and undeniably real. "My name is Daisy Renner," she said, staring directly at Willow, "and I'm not dead, but I did lose everything because of her." Daisy's testimony painted a complicated portrait. Not of criminal abuse, but of cold indifference. "She knew I was being hurt by others in that group home. She promised she'd protect me. Instead, she ran away, left me behind, never looked back." Gasps echoed through the courtroom. Willow broke down in tears. "I was 16. I had no one. I didn't know how to save you. I didn't even know how to save myself." After 6 emotional days of testimony, sealed files, Harmony's diary, and Daisy's heartbreak, the jury returned its verdict. Willow Tait Corinthos was found not guilty of criminal charges. But the court issued a formal statement condemning her inaction, urging mental health evaluations and community service. Outside the courthouse, public opinion was mixed. Some wept with joy, others shouted, "Justice for Daisy." Willow, clutching Michael's hand, told reporters, "I'm not a hero. I'm not a monster either. I was a child who made a terrible choice. I live with it every day. But now that Daisy is free, maybe we both can finally begin to heal." Epilogue. Port Charles never forgets. The dust may have settled, but the scars remain. Daisy now works with trauma victims, having founded the Unseen Foundation. Willow returned to nursing, quieter, humbled, but stronger. She and Michael are taking it slow, rebuilding trust. Chase and Brooklyn are back on track, their own love tested by chaos. And Nina, she watches from the shadows, sipping another martini, knowing that sometimes the past is more powerful than any revenge plot, because in Port Charles, the truth always finds its way home. Coming next week on General Hospital, Sunny confronts Daisy. "You're not as innocent as you claim." Nina's shocking confession to Valentine. Jason returns with a secret Willow never expected. Trina and Spencer's wedding derailed by a bombshell from Nicholas.